Hello, Dr. Vicki Peterson here. I want to talk to you about a good bug. So you've probably all heard about probiotics and the good bugs in your gut and maybe the bad bugs in your gut. Your microbiome, which is what we have named all those 39 trillion bacteria in our gut, is very much dependent on what you eat. So they eat what you eat, and then they can do some remarkably good things or some remarkably bad things. So I want to talk to you today about a good bacteria. It was such a mouthful, I decided to write it down for you. AckermanSIA. So it's a good bug, and what it does is it helps you unmask, or uncloak is a better word, uncloak cancer cells. So what happens is that we are all producing cancer cells every day. Doesn't mean anything because our immune system just destroys them every day. So it's fine. The problem is that when cancer starts to get a blood supply and just starts to reproduce itself, it has a very interesting ability to allow itself to survive in that it cloaks itself. I always think about Harry Potter and the invisibility cloak, but it literally can cloak itself so that your immune system can't see it. So obviously that's a huge problem, because if your immune system can't see the cancer cells, it won't go after them, and then spread they will. So of course what we want is to keep our immune system's ability to see those cancer cells and prevent those cancer cells from cloaking themselves. So that good bug, AckermanSIA, helps you do that. And how do we get that? So that's of course the next question. You've heard about lactobacillus pills and bifidobacteria, and there's a lot of different probiotics you can take that help kind of seed your system, and we're learning a lot more about how best to seed our system. But AckermanSIA is not something you can take orally and have it stick. So you just have to feed it. So how do you feed it? Another big word coming. So Ellagic tannins. So what these are, as you can see, is they encourage the growth of the AckermanSIA. So where are they found? So Ellagic tannins are bioactives, just a word given to like the good stuff found in certain foods, and there's a lot of them, and most of them are plants, interestingly enough. Plants and nuts and seeds and, well, olive, that's a fruit. I was thinking of olive oil. There's hundreds of great foods out there that have these bioactives that do different things. So the Ellagic tannins feed the AckermanSIA, and they're found in several foods, but most predominantly in pomegranates and cranberries. And so the way this was found, well, the research on how it was found was basically looking at foods and looking at bioactives, which is pretty fascinating. But the way the AckermanSIA was found was that cancer researchers were looking at why it is that certain people respond better to immunotherapy than others. So what immunotherapy is the exact opposite of chemotherapy. So instead of using this really harsh chemical to kill the cancer cells, the immunotherapy is doing the exact opposite. It's boosting your immune system to allow it to better fight cancer. And what they found with immunotherapy is when it works, it's miraculous, but it only was working about 20% of the time. And they were trying to find the difference. Why is it that this 20% responded and this 80% didn't? And the only difference that these particular researchers found, it was done in Paris, France, was the presence of this good bug, AckermanSIA. And so then it was like, okay, how do we feed this? How do we make AckermanSIA happy and healthy? And it resides in the mucous membrane of your intestines, and they discovered pomegranate and cranberry. So what they did in their study, probably because pomegranate is so much more palatable than unsweetened cranberry, that it's pretty easy It's pretty delicious, actually. So you could do 8 ounces a day. They did 8 ounces of the juice for a month and found that the AckermanSIA really increased. And again, what that's about is allowing the body to uncloak the cancer cells so your immune system can see it and attack it. So we're going to be talking about a lot of foods in the coming weeks, and I'll kind of give you some tidbits on if you're making decisions about things, go this way versus that, because there's so much great evidence and support for certain foods and their ability to make your microbiome healthier, kill cancer cells, prevent cancer cells from getting blood supply. This is from Dr. William Lee's book. He just wrote a book called Eat to Beat Disease. So if you want to do a deep dive into it, go there. But we're going to be talking a lot more about it. My registered dietitian said to me today, she said, let's do a mocktail with pomegranate juice. And I was like, that's a great idea. So there'll be some recipes coming out too. So I hope you found this interesting. If your health is not the way you want it to be and you want a stronger immune system, or whatever part of it is, part of your body it is that you have a tension on that's not functioning the way you want, we're very good at getting to the underlying root cause of why. We do so naturally without drugs much of the time. And I'd be happy to meet with you, do a consultation, and see what we can do to improve your health. So give us a call. The number here is 408-733-0400, or visit the website rootcausemedicalclinics.com. See you soon.